Well, this morning, thousands across our area are picking up the pieces after yesterday's severe storms ripped through the Carolinas. One of the biggest concerns and causes of that damage were the strong winds. So Chris joins us now to break down why we saw so many tornado warnings in this morning's Weather IQ. Chris?
Thanks a lot, Megan, and good morning to you. So there are no confirmed tornadoes at this point. The National Weather Service will still go out and survey the damage, but this is called a classic QLCS. Well, what does that mean? It's a quasi-linear convective system. Simply put, that is really just a line of storms that has little notches and kinks in them that you can have a spin-up tornado. But the main story with this was the wind damage that we saw from this. Look at all the storm reports that came out of this. Just absolutely staggering. There was anywhere from actually tiles ripped off of houses, even uplift roofs, and then a lot of debris, a lot of down tree limbs all over the place. So as Megan said, a lot of people still picking up from what we just recently saw. So the reason why there are so many tornado warnings is because of that QLCS. They move fast, they form fast, they're short-lived, and they're most common if there is any spin-up tornado associated with this. But this really brings up our big point. Wind is wind. A low-end tornado is winds anywhere from 65 to 85 miles per hour. Well, there were easily winds at 60 plus along this line, and we already saw the damage that came down with this, and sadly there was one fatality from a downed tree. And trees falling are always the biggest issue that we have associated with this. So this is the notch that we're talking about. So one of the first big tornado warnings that we saw was from Gaston County moving up through Mecklenburg County. You notice that you have this line of strong storms, a lot of those reds around Lincoln, and then you also have the same thing in Charlotte. Those are producing strong winds over 60 miles per hour, and you really saw some significance there, but it's right in that little notch right there, right around Mount Holly before there. Notice that separation? That's what we're talking about, because what's happening is winds are actually going down and then up, circulating, and that's where you could see that potential for a spin up. So it was right in those notches that we saw so many tornado warnings, but regardless of a tornado or not, we saw the wind damage that comes from these type of systems. Yeah.
It just goes to show that severe thunderstorms can be as devastating as a low-end tornado. And you know, thunderstorms cause a lot of damage. I think at my house we had about a minute and a half of bad weather. A lot of those storms are quick. So all it takes is a short amount of time for something to spin up and cause problems.
And the problem with those tornado warnings is they happen so fast within a couple of minutes. The tornado might have already happened, then you just have strong winds that can do just as much damage.